Dudes, tunes,
and brews.
and brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drinking some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes.
Listening to tunes.
And drinking some brews.
And drinking some brews. All right, this is episode 6.
Dudes
Tunes
and brews.
and brews.
Episode 6.
We just did an episode a couple days ago. It was our Father's Day episode, as we called it.
We just leaked that on out there, didn't we?
Well, we mentioned it a couple times, but it's our unofficial Father's Day episode.
Yeah, we can edit in some Father's Day stuff.
We're not going to.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty Father's Day.
Pretty Father's Day-ish.
Yeah, we talked about dads.
Dads a little bit. Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad, that part of the Ghost trilogy, the Unsung trilogy.
That's right.
We have Ghost Dad starts it out.
Then Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters finished by Ghost.
Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
Oh man, that is a great trilogy.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna watch that tonight before I go to sleep.
You could. I mean,
It's like 9 hours of film.
I don't plan on doing anything before bed except hang out and do a little bit of drinking.
Yeah, and we've both been doing that already today. We're on a little vacays.
We're on vacation. I did some yard work today. I think I've earned it.
Man, you were actually out in this heat all day.
Yes, I was working on building out that garage out there.
Oh yeah, you got that door, man. You got a deal on a door.
I got a deal on a door deal.
Oh man,
that's a damn good door deal.
That's the American dream, my friend.
It is.
Yeah, that's living it up as a dad and a great man.
Yeah, I'll have me a tinkering space soon. But I know we just did an episode a few days ago, which was the Father's Day episode, because today is Monday. Father's Day was Sunday?
That was yesterday, yes.
Yesterday. And we did ours, what, Friday?
Wow, yeah, we did it Friday, or was it Thursday?
I think it was Thursday. I think it was last Thursday we did.
Yeah, we snuck it in there, yeah.
So
once. But it feels like it's been forever ago. So
it
I'm
feels
glad
like
to be here.
It feels like it's been forever. So I'm sitting around. I called Josh. I'm like, hey, man, let's do an episode tonight. And he was like, why not? And the conversation actually went something like this. Hello, yeah, it's been a while. Not much, how about you? I'm not sure why I called. I guess I really just wanted to talk to you. Hey, I was thinking maybe later on we could get together for a while. It's been such a long, long time, and I really do miss your smile. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life. There's a warm wind blowing, the stars are out, and I'd really love to see you tonight. But yeah, that's exactly how the phone call went, and now we are here with some cold brews.
It was pretty much that, which was hey, what's up? And I said not much. You said it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Not much, and how about you?
Yeah.
And then you ended it with, I'd really love to see you tonight.
I interchanged some lines. It was actually, you want to drink some beer?
Yeah, all the filler was basically
was,
hey, you want to drink some beer? I've run out of beer doing yard work.
That's right.
Can you get me something cheap and on the fly?
There we
Itches
go.
the neck.
We don't just invite guests here for free beer. I invite Froman over for free beer.
And I am fine with that because, a drinking buddy, it makes the night go...
Drinking buddy separates the men from the beasts.
The men from the beasts,
That's
yes.
right.
And we are two beasts on a mountaintop. Drinking brews.
Drinking brews.
All right, and
Speaking of, what'd you bring?
So I was actually inside today dodging the sun.
I should have done that because I'm in my second outfit of the day because I was soaked in sweat.
Absolutely, and I started doing a little binge watching. Mostly I watched double episodes of shows I'd kind of been missing out on.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
A few Dr. Quinns.
Touched by an Angel.
Exactly. You know my lineup.
Yeah.
About 4 hours of the Golden Girls.
Hey.
Blocked that out. And then I actually was doing a little bit of Shameless. I
Okay.
watched a few episodes of that. And Frank Gallager is a fan of old style.
Okay.
Which looks like a standard domestic.
It looks like a generic-ass bottom shelf behind something else kind of beer.
It is just a regular beer. This is a man's beer. It's an American blue-collar worker beer.
Choicest hops, old world methods, established in 1902. Heilemann's, pure genuine, old style, classic lager. So Fern walks in with a 12-pack of this evening, and we're gonna drink a few of them.
How do you feel? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I was drinking a very hoppy Icelandic IPA, which is not a good hot beer. Like when it's hot out,
Ooh.
it was almost like the equivalent of milk. It's like I was drinking milkshakes all day in terms of how thick it was.
Oh boy, man! So it's like drinking a White Russian,
Kind of.
in the middle of doing yard work.
Yes.
Oh, what we got here? Are these the twist offs?
Let's see it.
Oh, we don't get these very often. Let's
Oh.
go for it. All right.
That is a standard tasting lager.
That's just a regular run-of-the-mill. Pour me a glass.
It's rich. It's got a decent flavor. It starts clean, finishes clean. Yeah, I'd say they did use some choice hops in this.
I would actually put this in my fridge. I would have no problem serving this to my friends.
How you bought a 12-pack?
It was about $10.
$10 for a 12-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if any of you know me and Josh here, our main go-to is Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, which is $8 12-pack, $11 cold in the liquor store.
You can get a case for under $20.
Under $20.
Yeah.
30-pack, correct?
For
Yes,
sure.
30-pack. But I would put this next to some High Life if I felt like changing it up with the cheapness.
I think the only difference between this and that is obviously High Life is slightly more bubbly. It's got a little more carbonation.
A little more bubbly.
But this has got a good carbonation to it too, and I won't feel as full drinking these. I can get a good belch out of them.
Now that you mention, I could liken this to probably a Miller Lite. It had High Life has that bubbly light hoppiness type thing going on. This has more of a subtle, darker type hoppiness. I want to say it's like a thick hoppy.
I'm going to go with you 100%. I'm definitely going to
That's the best way I can describe it, because I don't know
comparable to
none of
Miller
those
Lite.
fancy beer tasting words.
No, nor do I, and that's why I just want to
That's the charm of the show. You have two guys here who just
love beer.
love beer and music and just making up our own descriptions of things.
Give me a light beer, give me a dark beer.
Mix
all
two
right.
beers together and I'll give you my opinion on it.
I love that. That's always my
Couldn't tell you which ones they were, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, not this guy. Not these
I don't-
dudes.
Not these dudes.
Oh, yeah. So Frank Gallagher's got good taste. I can't really say that about his character, per se.
I hear
not
he's a
really-
drunk and an asshole.
Yeah, he's pretty
I've not
much-
watched the show.
I'm about to, I guess I'm a full season in. I didn't realize I
Oh,
got to
wow.
the first season. So now I'm starting the second season, and it's like, okay, I'm reacquainted with these characters. I'm about 2 episodes into the second season. So I don't know much, but I know a lot.
Okay.
And I'd suggest it. Anybody who likes good writing and good acting, and I mean, William H. Macy, I loved him well before ever seeing him on that.
Yeah.
I've always loved him as an actor. He's just always
William
been...
H. Macy's up there with the classics, like he's almost like those songs you don't hear on the radio very often, but when you do, it's always a treat.
Always a treat.
He's like the Black Betty of acting.
Yeah.
Just like Christopher Walken's like the Mississippi Queen of acting. You know, those songs that you hardly hear but you love, and you always rock them.
I'd love to say that to Christopher Walken. Be like, Christopher Walken, you are the Mississippi Queen of acting.
And he'd go, I love mountain.
Boom. Yep. And then he'd start dancing.
He would. And then he would ask you to dance, and it would not be weird at all.
And then he would not do an impression of himself.
Do you think he'd do an impression of you?
That would be great, actually.
Like-
I would Christopher Walken doing an impression of Josh.
Right?
My name is Josh.
Hey, Josh Froman here.
It's spun on, though. That was
Yo.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
I could take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Walken's pretty good at impressions.
I wouldn't mind Walken doing an impression of me.
I wonder if he is good at impressions, though. How great would that? You know how I like hidden talents.
Yes,
are
hidden
my
talents
favorites.
are a good thing.
Yeah, I think I could see some of his hidden talents being.
I bet he can really grill a sandwich.
Oh man, a panini.
A Cuban?
What is a Cuban?
A Cuban is like a spicy brown mustard, I think, with, correct me if I might be wrong, it's ham and turkey on the same sandwich, but they like, melt
What?
it. Yeah.
So the Cubans are doing it right.
Right.
I mean, I just called that a sandwich. I didn't realize that they had like a specific
Yeah, like
title.
mustard and ham and turkey is a Cuban. I think that if I'm not correct, then just correct me later, and I'll pretend that I give a shit.
All right, so Cuban. And then, so what if it's really spicy? Then you could be like, "No, that's a missile crisis."
Oh.
And then you get hit in the face with somebody.
Yeah, probably.
Like, dude, that's not funny.
You get like a shit stab with a plantain.
They say, that's insensitive.
That is insensitive. In fact, I think I'm done. I'm unplugging my shit.
Oh, you're out of here now, huh?
No.
What, are you going to go to Cuba on vacation?
I got nowhere else to go. I may as well just hang out right here.
I'd go to Cuba on vacation.
Are we allowed to do that now?
That's open, yeah.
It is open.
Yeah, that was the lady I used to work with.
So,
she retired. She's in Cuba right
So
now.
Cuban cigars now are like $2 a piece.
They're just cigarillos.
Right.
No. They're not
They're up there with Phillies.
Yeah, that's it.
Who gives a shit?
Could I get a couple Phillies and then maybe 3 of those Cubans?
Cubans 3 for $10. That sounds nice.
Oh, man. So what's going to be the big one to do now? The North Korean cigars?
I guess. I mean, there really isn't anywhere else that we absolutely hate.
Yeah. And even that whole thing's getting crazy. We're not going to get political. We always go there.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But I think that eventually it's either going to be, if they're going to change and get into the world, it's either going to be factories or it's going to be some sort of resort. I think those are the two things.
A resort, like a holiday place.
We'll see. Or it could be even something, yeah. But that's kind of crazy. Because you see, I think it was, I want to say it was Iran or one of the countries that, I know nothing about the Middle East. I'm very bad with geography. But every once in a while, a name, a country will pop up. And I like to look at it on the map and see where it's at geographically. And then I kind of like to see a little bit of the history of how they even like integrated into the global scenario. And one of them is like, some of these countries used to be like well established and they were places to go to, and then something happened with political regimes that cut people off, this and that, and then now they're just removed and dealing with their problems. So it's crazy. You think it's something else and blah blah, but yeah.
When you think about the Middle East, they used to be an entire empire, the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were a big deal, and now they're just, those resources are used up, and people are utilizing what they've got left in very poor ways. There's this country that I was, I'll have to look it up again, but there was this country that was just this one major resource. It was an island, and I guess they used it up. And people use the riches up so quickly that they still live there, but there's nothing left. It's a dead island. And it was kind of a bizarre story that I was reading.
Was it the island about where rubber was harvested, maybe?
I think it was something to that degree. Yeah, it was something that they went in there and used up all the... As they were going up and getting these resources, the people, the islanders, were like making money. They had an economy, and then as soon as all the resources were used,
I believe that's what happened with the rubber industry, because rubber came from a tree. It was like tree sap that they refined a certain way, and they went and just harvested all this rubber sap or whatever it was, and kind of left that island all the shit.
Oh man, it's crazy. And it's just like, all right, peace. And they're like, what do we do with all of our riches? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. You have to come over here and spend them.
Yeah.
So I guess they
made clothes out of dollars and
stayed there. Yeah, exactly.
8 nickels.
And supposedly that's what I've always heard happened to Russia, was the idea that they had all this money, they were good to go, and probably living off the Ottoman Empire money too, somehow trickling up.
Oh yeah.
But they put it all into gold statues and into the city structures that it's not in circulation.
Yeah.
It's just around them. So it makes it hard for their economy to keep flourishing because it's not really in the pool. The pool is...
Well, I mean, those statues, those are investments. One day they'll melt them down and turn
yeah.
into gold bars, and boom, they're back to go.
It's really odd when you think about it. It's like they're like a miser.
True.
Country.
Like hiding their money under the
Yeah,
floorboard.
I ain't got no money. And they got billions stashed.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's really what happens with some of these countries. They're really good to go, but they just don't know how to invest it or do it properly and yada yada. Not to say that I do, because I don't. I don't know that junk. I think it's interesting though. It's really interesting to see, or to just kind of, just kind of get a feel of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, that was some good banter for the beginning.
Yeah, let's talk about politics loosely enough to where our toes are dipped in it. But
Right.
Which side do you choose? Don't ask me.
Hey,
ain't none of my business.
We're just here to drink beer and
Hey,
listen to music. We're
beer.
gonna guide you the right way.
Dudes, tunes, and brews. That's about as...
Hey, DTB, TCB. Anyways,
every day.
Every day. Office Depot.
Oh man. So tonight we have the record.
We
wall
have
again.
the record wall again. We're in Studio B, and last episode, Josh chose the album, and this week I gave my pick away to my lady.
Ooh yeah,
and
she's got a good.
She's got a good taste in music. If you like '80s hair metal,
every chick likes '80s hair metal. That's just
there's two different kinds of '80s hair metal. There's the hair metal where they just wanted to, beat up your parents, and there's hair metal where they just wanted to beat up your lady region.
Something was getting beat up.
Right. But I think she picked two. I think it might define both genres. I'm not certain. We have two to choose from this evening. The first being Tooth and Nail by Dawkins. The album looks like a lake scene with the creature from the Black Lagoon's hand coming out, reaching for the Dawkins logo.
Yes, it rocks too.
The second choice being The Final Countdown by Europe. And everyone knows the song. It's in the Geico commercial. And I love the commercial myself because it's hilarious. Lady microwaving something, and here comes Europe with The Final Countdown. And you can save 15% or more by switching to Geico.
Have you ever switched to Geico?
I have not.
Have you just stayed with one?
I've been with one. I like to be monogamous with my insurance companies.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. You seem like a very monogamous.
Yeah, I like to keep things straight. If you keep changing stuff too much, it complicates things, and I like to look at things linearly.
You never really know what you're gonna get with the other guys.
Exactly.
They're like, well, you save money, but am I really?
I'm not saying I haven't, shopped around, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
But Geico and Allstate and all the other ones, they just weren't giving me what I needed. So I decided to stick with the tried and true for insurance company I'm with.
Okay, you almost gave it away.
Almost gave it away.
I think I know. Yeah.
Stick around to the next episode to find out.
Yeah. Let's just say that we share who you were going to say, and you got the flow.
Let's just say I got emerald status.
Emerald status.
Emerald.
Oh, emerald. You're an emerald. I got gold. Is that better?
No.
Is emerald better than gold?
Emerald is better.
Nice. I'm impressed.
Yes.
I didn't even know how I got gold. I just stay out of wrecks.
That's enough bragging about my insurance.
Yeah, it's insurance.
It's still expensive as hell. Too much even.
Car insurance talk.
Right.
Tonight on.
It's a car insurance talk. A click and clack.
If you get this one, you pay less right away, but collateral damage.
That's right. You're not going to get the same amount on your personal property.
No, I mean you're paying more into it than you're gonna get back.
Exactly. They give you a replacement. They're not going to give you full market value.
Yeah, why are you so happy when I come in here to pay my bill, Brad? Is it because I'm paying your mortgage?
He's paying for his girlfriend's apartment.
Brad.
His other girlfriend. Because Brad's a piece of shit. We all know it.
He's a good salesman, though.
He's all right.
He's pretty good.
He's all right.
He really
He's got some nice patches on his sash. They still wear sashes in the showrooms.
They do.
They call it a showroom when there's other salespeople who don't really have anything to show.
They just kind of hang out there. They got fancy couches.
I think it's just called an office.
Yeah.
See, offices don't sell me insurance, people. If you want to sell me insurance, have a showroom, have some packages lined out that I can actually look at there behind, velvet ropes under nice lighting. But anyways, we're going to choose one of these two albums here, and they are LPs, vinyls. I have not pre-perused them. Hopefully they have no deep scratches, nicks, dings, and dangs. And hopefully I don't need to wipe them down because I just want to throw this bad mamma jam on and just start listening to some music. So, let's see. I've got a beer cap here. Label side up will be Dawkins. Label side down will be Europe. The Final Countdown. I think that's fair.
Oh, we're gonna go. Okay, yeah.
Oh! It is labeled down. So that was the Final Countdown.
Final Countdown. Oh. So how many tracks are on this bad boy?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I can count quick. 10 tracks. And there's actually the original liner in here with the band, and boy, are they pretty. Except that guy. He's ugly.
Yeah, they gotta have that one ugly guy. They gotta have the Ringo of the group.
It's like they set the bar.
Did they get rid of the Stewart?
Oh, this vinyl is clean. Look at this, bro.
Oh,
all of you at home,
crap,
this
man.
thing is clean.
Let's get a little snap there for the people at home. Ding. Oh,
and
yeah.
while I'm turning on the hi-fi here, Josh, did we ever decide if those beers were worthy of a brew rating?
Brew rating? If we're going to go brew rating, I'm seriously, I know I'm pretty...
You're easy to please.
I'm easy to please. I'm putting it up there with High Life, though, so it's almost a perfect beer for me. It's smooth, it's simple. I don't know the alcohol content.
I have no idea. It does not say.
I'm guessing it's probably a 5.5.
There's a number on the side. We can call it and ask them what the alcohol content is.
Yeah, we got the questions or comments. I think we should do that later on in the program.
Maybe
actually.
we will. It's probably gonna be too damn late for anyone to answer.
Oh yeah, we'll just leave them a message.
But anyways, I'll probably give it a 3.5 brews out of 5 brews, just because it's got a good flavor. It's all right. It would go good in my fridge, but it's a little filling for me. If you know what I'm saying. If I'm going for a light beer,
I'd say
pardon me, I sneezed a little bit.
Gesundheit.
Oh, it's not even a light beer. It's a classic lager.
Isn't it a classic lager that's got a light taste? That's what I kind of like.
Okay, I'll give it a 4. Because I was thinking it was a light beer with a
I'll give it a 4.5, which is pretty much my standard brew when it comes to something that doesn't overfill me, but also just makes it into my fridge category. As
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I just recently tried a beer mosa, and I think that this would be a good one to try for that.
I have not had a beer mosa, and that does not sound like something I would probably try soon.
You are on vacation, my friend.
Yeah. Anyways, this is the final countdown for the beginning of the final countdown. 3, 2, 1. Needle is landed. Ooh. I got a feeling this is going to rock. My Socks, they have a song called Ninja. Starts out awfully quiet. Here we go.
It starts out with the track even. This is big.
So you can just listen to the first track and throw it away.
I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that, Harley.
Well, we'll find out. It is kind of crazy they started with the hit.
You think they knew?
It's a good question. Maybe it wasn't a hit and there's like, none of these songs are great. Let's just put this one out and see what happens. I can see Karen now putting that bowl of Chinese leftovers in the microwave.
Oh, beautiful thing though, because I really love advertisement.
I do too. I should have been an ad man. I always think of stupid stuff. But instead of being creative and like product stuff, I make memes.
Well, it's kind of a hand over fist. Advertising and memes are really kind of like
Yeah, they are
two
kind
peas in a pod, my friend.
It could be.
Ooh, that voice sounds so silky on that player.
I don't know where they're from. Are they like Danish?
Just thinking about where they might be from makes me very hungry. What's your favorite kind of Danish?
My favorite kind of Danish? I like blueberries and cheese Danish.
Ooh, you like a cheese Danish? So we're gonna.
I like berries and cheese. I don't want just a cheese Danish.
The thing
I gotta
I
have
like
that
about
sweet.
the cheese Danishes though is it's just right in the middle.
It is sweet and it's rich, but it's got more acidity with the berries and it gives it more of a kick.
Are you supposed to take that cheese from the middle and kind of spread it around?
I don't think so.
It just seems so rich in the middle that everything else doesn't really compare.
It's kind of like a jelly donut. You go to eat it, you get a big mouthful of jelly, then the rest shits down your hand off the other side.
I don't really like jelly donuts.
I don't either.
Because is there any other flavor besides disgusting?
I think there's doo-doo.
Oh yeah, dude, that's more of a custard fill.
Yeah.
I can deal with custard fill.
Custard, I used to love custard when I was a child. And something happened, and I'm not a big fan of like standard Bavarians with the custard in the middle. I can't get into it.
Or like the puffy, is that the one with the powdered sugar on it?
That I can get behind.
You like that one?
I like the lemon. That's a Bismarck.
Oh, that's good.
Powdered sugar is Bismarck.
Lemon and baked goods go together like lamb.
Lemon Bismarcks was my donut when I was a kid. I had one the other day, and it was actually really nice.
I hated them as kids because I didn't like how like the outside was kind of like almost like it's been fried, so it's like crispy, and the inside is like kind of like almost soft and almost like I didn't like it. Now I love it.
Oh yeah.
Bread pudding.
I've never had bread pudding.
Oh, you were gonna
it
love
looks
bread
really
pudding.
good.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's a man's dessert.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's heavy and delicious, and it's like cake and ice cream, you know.
Ooh, cake and ice cream.
Soup and sandwiches, my friend.
I went to a birthday party Saturday for a child, and I did not have cake and ice cream.
Well,
it was by choice because I've been drinking.
Oh, so they had cake.
They had cake and ice cream, but I've been drinking steadily all day. I didn't want that milkiness and sweetness on top of all my good beer.
Yeah, I can see that. A good muffin would be nice.
A nice muffin or a grilled sandwich.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or a panini.
A Cuban.
A Cuban. And what's a Cuban again?
Ham and turkey and mustard on a grilled. It's kind of.
Oh, wait! You did not mention mustard the first time.
I went in depth with
We're gonna
mustard.
have to rewind the tape because I have a problem with listening.
We have to go back and listen to it.
But yeah, that's a completely different sandwich. I love mustard. I hated mustard as a kid. That's another thing that
mustard I'm still working on because I hated it when I was a kid, and I still kind of dislike it, but I can tolerate it.
It's just like it's got its time and place. What about brown mustard on a beer brine?
Hold on, I'm going to stop you there because I was just passed a note from the front office here, and apparently they did some searching, and the final countdown by the band Europe, they are Swedish.
They are Swedish.
Just like ABBA. What is our deal here at Dudes, Tunes, and Brews?
We love the Swedes.
The Swedes, man. They make good furniture and good music.
Chocolate.
And good chocolate.
They love chocolate.
You gonna do your awful Swedish voice again?
It's also my German voice.
I've noticed.
It's the same.
I've noticed.
Hello.
You like a Wiener Schnitzel?
I've never been out of this country.
Are Swedes the ones that are called Danes?
That's the Danish, right?
Danish, right?
Are they?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was trying to do a Danish voice today. I went up to Castleton.
Ooh,
and I kept
that's
thinking
very
of,
specific.
I kept thinking of, remember the old radio commercials for Danish inspirations? 5545 Castleton Corner Drive. The Danish guy?
No.
Danish inspirations.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a furniture place, and the guy always did the commercials.
It's such a specific region too.
Yes.
It's like I remember reading a lot of World War II books in like the 4th and 5th grade. I was a very heavy reader.
Right, that's like an 8th grade reading level.
Well, we read Number of the Stars in the 5th grade, which was about a girl who was a German during the Nazi crisis, but as like a normal, everyday schoolgirl. Her seeing it from her perspective. It was a really interesting read. If you ever get a chance, I would actually like to revisit it myself as an adult. But it really opened my eyes and my my mind to that whole era, you know.
I just watched Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
That's
when
how
you were watching historical documents, I was reading a lot of.
You were reading modern books with a historical twist.
Yeah, but it you know, long story short, it basically gave me an idea about regions that the Nazis were taking over that this girl was talking about. One of them was Denmark. And how it was just like, it was interesting to me to hear these different places. I don't know, and even now, regionally, they do seem kind of like that Swedish, German, Danish line, even Hungary.
Hungary's far away, though.
But just that stereotype of the way they talk.
Okay.
Seems all kind of, for some reason, Hungarian and German to me seems very similar.
Those are Slavic languages, correct?
I don't know.
I think that's the whole Slavic.
So German is even part of that whole deal?
I think so, unless they...
That's kind of an interesting thing, too, is because I know the Turks, a lot of Turkish people will work in Germany as migrant workers, and then they go home, between seasons.
When you think about Europe in terms of distances, and you kind of relate it to the United States,
Wow.
Once I did that, it blew my mind.
Yeah,
it's like,
because
whoa,
Europe is...
Germany's just like freaking Ohio is to Indiana to France.
You got it, my friend. But then you go to regionalisms here in the United States even. You see it, but we gotta think we are... we have bastardized our versions of our traditions by spreading them out, you know, through the power of diffusion. It's like a... It's just it's a really interesting way to see it.
Okay, I'm thinking wrong. The Slavic languages were spoken mostly in far eastern and northeastern Europe.
That would be something to get into in general. I love linguistic studies.
Oh, linguistics, yeah. Etymology.
Anything that has to do with language. And
I'm always looking up, like, how did this word start? And I read up on, like, where'd the word fart come from? You know,
yeah, exactly.
1400s, you know, Benjamin the Brat wrote it on a wall in a cave.
Have you heard about Sandwich?
The Earl of Sandwich?
Yeah, the Earl of Sandwich. That's a
He didn't want to get their hands dirty, so he cut some bread.
He was a poker guy. He's like, I'm going to eat my sandwich while I throw out these crazy bets, you know? Yeah. And what a genius, man. Oh, who came out with the club sandwich, though?
Club sandwich. That's the 3-layer. That's like the toast Big Mac, right?
I think so. And it's
turkey,
got bacon.
It's like a 3-layer BLT.
And and there's a toothpick. There's a skewer involved.
A lot of them.
I like that.
Any sandwich,
a skewer with my sandwich.
Any sandwich. You know, sometimes I just fold over a regular piece of white bread and fish a skewer through the middle, like a kebab, just to make myself feel good.
Sometimes I'll hide a toothpick in my sandwich so when I bite down on it real hard, it's a surprise.
You know, I do that too, just so I can sue myself.
Yeah. Harley, you owe me big.
No, I don't.
I'm going to show you,
Harley.
Future Harley.
Right?
So this album just really is just total, like,
it's
ear
not
candy.
bad. Like, it's definitely got its own legs. It's,
I will say that I posted the original Dokken album that we were going to try. And we actually got a heart for it. And then I posted what we listened to instead, and we got an angry face.
What?
Yeah, so Dokken was, people were looking forward to
this.
that.
This is 1986. I was going into this thinking, like, oh, it's going to be like Bon Jovi meets Yngwie. But, oh, I remember this one. Yeah. They're singing about a possessed car. What did Stephen King have to say about that?
Is this really about that?
The song
Carrie?
is called Carrie.
Oh,
what else could it be about in the 80s?
What about Carry On, My Wayward Son by
That's with a Y,
Kansas.
not E.
Is that Kansas?
Yes.
At least I got the band right. I didn't want to get beat up on
Imagine if someone named... I want to name my kid Carrie, but I want it to be different and name him Carrry.
Wow. And then you find out it's like, for some like really like proud moments, like, because he could carry the world.
Right.
Yeah. Or just Kerry.
I actually knew a Carrie with a K.
Really?
Yeah. He was a dude.
Yeah.
Bald dude. I got drunk with him once and actually played poker with him.
Nice guy?
He was alright.
He sounds cool.
He was alright.
Yeah, I bet Carrie would like old style.
He would. He'd probably like Europe too.
It's kind of a good combination. I feel like I'm in a time machine. I've got old style and I've got Europe.
1986. This is from the year that I was born.
I would have been 1 year old, maybe months old when this had been released. And I'm okay with that. I think that I was probably listening to this in my crib.
You can't help but sing it. Damn it. So the Final Countdown was released in '86. Let's see, it was... the title track was written by Joey Tempest from a keyboard riff that he came up in the 80s, which was inspired by David Bowie's Space Oddity. It was originally just made to be a concert opener, but it was actually the first single from their third studio album. The song reached #1 in 25 countries, including the UK, and was certified gold in the UK in 1986, the year it came out. Damn! Less than a year it got gold, that one song.
500,000 copies, is that correct?
Yeah. Let's see, in the United States it peaked at #8 on the Billboard Hot 100, and #18 on the Billboard Album Rock Tracks chart. There was a video made to promote it that features footage of the band's two concerts at the, I'm going to butcher this, Solnahallen in Solna, as well as extra footage of the sound checks at said concerts. Let's see. They are considered, this ties back into last time's episode, glam metal.
Glam metal.
So far, I haven't decided if they're the type of glam metal that wanted to beat up your parents or beat up your box.
I think it's
or beat up your girlfriend.
I think it's sneaky beat up that box because it's like emotional.
Yeah, but they're the bad boys.
Yeah, but they seem like they've got a sensitive
Right.
side.
It's like they kick your dog, and when you go away crying, they console it.
Yeah, so they've got that.
They need the last.
Is that by like Munchausen? Isn't that what it is?
I think that is. Is that what the lady from Misery had?
Pretty much, yeah. Another Stephen King reference.
There we go.
This is all coming together now.
It is.
No wonder.
Right?
Okay, so Europe was involved with Stephen King
Somehow.
They somehow knew about Carrie
Brainwaves
and
happening.
the Misery thing. They're in the same universe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's big, dude. That's big.
Let's see. So,
A Child Called It was the first time I'd heard about Munchausen. Because she would like give the kid bleach and
Stephen King.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
That is mind blowing.
Mine is blown.
Mine is
blown.
Oh wow.
Child Called It. I never read that, but I heard about it.
Of course, yeah.
But I did read Tuesdays with Mari.
Wasn't that the sequel to Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Parts of the movie. I remember the song more than I remember the movie.
Of course, yeah. But surprisingly, I saw a trailer for it at the Art Craft Theater.
Okay.
Like a full-fledged, real trailer for it. I was like, that actually looks like a good movie.
Probably was. A lot of good movies are actually really good if you just give them the time of day.
Yeah, but
I mean, because you have nothing to relate them to. Like, the whole frame of reference of old movies is gone.
I love that because
So
it's very displaced.
when you try to tie it into the stuff you see today, it's like, this is so much better. No one's got, dumbass face tattoos and dumb shit.
I saw a pretty average Joe today on like a live streaming thing, but he was just like looks absolutely normal. He's like cleaned up, got his hair swooped over, got the big glasses, kind of hipster-ish, but then has like tattoos up his neck and on the sides of his face. But they were like subtly there, and it was just like so normal looking, but yet so not.
Right.
It's like Mike Tyson knew something. He was setting the fashion curve.
Right.
Face tattoos.
Face tattoos.
Face tattoos and shaving your eyebrows are two things that I'm not quite certain.
I don't understand the shaving. What about butt chugging? I still don't understand that.
I would rather not talk about my religious beliefs while we're on the air.
Oh, religion and politics we try to shy away from.
Yeah, we try to shy away from, but a little bit might be. They say you get 80% of the alcohol.
I've heard that.
Versus, what do you get, like 12% of it if you drink it?
Who was the first? Drinking is just not getting me, messed up enough. I'm gonna try it in my butt.
Ooh. Do you think maybe it was just there was a really attractive person involved, maybe?
Probably. It's almost like, some people like to snort pills, saying that it gets to their brain quicker.
Right.
It stimulates the effects and it heightens the effects. So it's almost along those lines.
Of course, yeah, they want to get it right.
So it's like, I'm going to snort alcohol up my butt.
Ooh. People do pills up their butt, too.
I've heard this.
I've never been that guy. Because my tolerance isn't that good.
I must hang out with the right crowd.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on your mood.
I mean, shoving stuff up my butt has never come up in conversation mostly.
Boy, you are behind the times.
I figured so.
Because many people have found out it's just another place to store things.
It's just another mouth.
It's just another mouth to feed. That's all.
Oh, on that note, I believe Beers Number 1s is done.
Beers Number 2s is
Beers Number 2s is coming.
Needs to be had.
Right up. Entertain the people. I'm back.
So yeah, when I was a young boy, I found a snake in my backyard, and it got away from me, and I got away from it, and I never saw it again. But the memories still live on,
The memory remains.
The memory remains, and that's how that song was written.
Yeah, James Hetfield had a snake in his boot, and his space flying buddy needed some help getting out of the vending machine, and That's how it all happened.
Man, the 80s were weird.
Right?
Now I've got a space flying buddy who invented Tesla motors.
No, the band Tesla invented Tesla motors.
Do you have any Tesla albums?
I'm sure Brandy does.
Man, that's so cool.
I've seen Tesla like 5 times in concert with her.
Really?
She loves Tesla. That's the most weirdest band to be like, have a boner for is Tesla, but she's got it.
She's got a Tesla boner.
She does. Let's crack open beers number 2.
There we go. Oh, no.
These don't pop like they should.
Hey, big brother, will you get that for me?
It was stuck.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Beers number 2s.
Beers number 2s.
And tonight we have actually brought in some pistachios.
And some cheese nips, cheesy crackers. They're generic, but don't tell nobody because we like to have the facade that we're living the high life over here.
Generic's okay.
Generic's fine.
You know, that's when I knew I was an adult, but not really. It just seems like society just kind of like caught up with it.
When you have the choice in front of you to buy Dr. Pepper or Dr. K or Physician Pepper.
Physician Pepper, yeah.
And you choose Physician Pepper, you made it as an adult.
You've made it as an adult. Because you can get away with it being slightly not chilled when it's generic. There's something about generic soda pops that get through the cracks. Like you can just drink it room temp.
Yeah, soda pops, I mean, that's weird.
I like grape soda. But I like a good grape soda.
Yeah, Welch's is okay.
Welch's makes soda?
Yeah, Welch's grape soda. And they make a strawberry soda, I believe.
That's pretty cool. I think Crush has been kind of going overboard on their flavors.
Crush, yeah, Fanta. Which Fanta's an interesting story, because it seemed like all of a sudden in like the mid-90s, Fanta just got shoved in your face. Remember all those commercials with like the dancing Fergies, all about Fanta? Exactly. Yeah. It's like, what is this newfangled beverage that's being shoved down my throat?
This new fruity deliciousness.
So then you do a little bit of research and you find out that Fanta was actually Coca-Cola during World War II in Europe.
It was called Fanta.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay, okay.
Coca-Cola had production all over the world in the 40s. And when World War II hit, they couldn't get the Coca-Cola syrup. But they had the factories and the means of production, and they could make a soda pop, but they couldn't get the Coca-Cola syrup from the United States. So they were like, oh crap, we've got to do something. So then they just like started like, they're like, let's just mix orange juice with our soda shit, or whatever it was. And they made an orange soda called Fanta.
Oh, that is great.
And that's what happened. After the war ended, well, first of all, during the war, they went ahead and just mass-produced this Fanta like they would Coke.
Sure.
It was a hit. People loved it. It replaced the American Joe Coke overseas. And people loved it. And the war was over. And the United States and Americans came back into Germany. Coke came in and said, what is this we hear about? And German Coca-Cola's like, oh, here you go. And just gave them all the money and the thoughts of it. And Coke's like, oh, okay. Now we got 2 huge brands.
Right.
And they didn't even try. But
how
and
awesome
that's the rest
is
of history.
that,
So then Fanta like had its own underground European following forever. Then all of a sudden, here it is, the United States in the 90s.
Man, that's the thing about corporations, though, is it's like the co-op portion of it. You don't think about it. It's usually a lot of mom and pop stuff that got conglomerated.
That's true.
And has been, you know, pretty much seized in a new overhead.
Yeah.
I remember all the different pharmacies, watching them change when we were kids.
Osco, Hooks turned into Osco.
It turned into it was Revco.
Revco, that's it.
And that was a very short-lived, maybe 2-3 year era period. And then Revco became CVS.
That's right.
Because then we're like, who's CVS?
And Osco just went.
And I've never known what CVS stands for. All these years, I'm like, what are those 3 letters?
Ooh, I've never thought of that either.
And so, like, Revco is something co.
Of course.
So you kind of get an
probably
idea.
like Revlon Co. Is a store where they could sell their makeup. That's
dude.
That's like the biggest thing. They sell drugs and makeup, and you know, bric-a-brac on your grandma's 90th birthday that you forgot to buy the night before.
Perfect, dude. But what did you go to when you were a kid? What was your go-to?
My go-to, shit. I mean, like I said, we had in Franklin there. We had Hooks that turned into Revco.
On the Marsh Strip.
In the Marsh Strip, which turned into CVS, and then we had the Osco across the main highway there, and we used to go to that because they had a vending machine with 25-cent soda pops.
That was one of the best Marshes too.
That was a good Marsh.
I like that.
that marsh was around my whole life, and it's just sad to see that it's gone now. Isn't it a Planet Fitness now?
I'm not sure. That whole strip is weird to me now.
It
I don't
is.
really pay attention
It doesn't.
to it as much.
It's like they're building up around Franklin and making it this thing that it wasn't, and now all the old stuff just looks weird.
Yeah, it really does. But the courthouse looks great.
Yeah.
It's still
Speaking of old stuff, let's flip this record, because that was the first half of the final countdown by Europe.
Oh yeah, flip that record.
Flip that record.
I'm gonna eat some of these pistachios. They are the salt and pepper.
Are you ready? Because we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage.
Ooh.
Side 2 of the final countdown. 3, 2, 1, and the needle has landed.
It starts out right away.
Starts out. Got some drums and some guitar scratching. Sounds like a Billy Squier song.
I love me some Squire.
I love Billy Squier. I don't care who knows it. You call your mom and tell her that Harley Page loves Billy Squier, because he don't care. I will tell her to her face.
Billy Squier is a very underrated artist.
If your only frame of reference is the stroke in that video of him prancing, well, all 5 videos of him prancing around dancing, then your frame of reference is skewed.
He wasn't doing that though. I don't get the.
I mean, everyone says that his videos were like the cause of his downfall, which killed his career. I don't get it, because that was the thing in the 80s. I mean,
literally what everybody was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Every trend that came along, the next hot thing did the trend. I mean, good example, Kiss. We always go back to Kiss, but it's because it's a good point.
Kiss doing their stuff, dude. They got lame.
They
Like,
got super
the
lame.
neon colors,
Yeah.
and makeup and stuff. They cashed in on their glam.
Yeah.
But I think about that sometimes. If you were to see them in the Kiss makeup doing that stuff,
Which, that's a brain fart there. If you go and look for some, like, more recent Kiss stuff, they're doing the 80s stuff with the makeup back on.
oh,
Like Heaven's on
man.
Fire, full makeup and stuff. It's weird. Real weird.
It's kind of like Dr. Roxo at that point.
Dr. what?
Dr. Roxo on Metalocalypse. You ever watch that show?
Briefly. I haven't had cable in 13 years.
He's the clown that's basically Diamond Dave.
Okay.
But he's got the makeup on, so he kind of has that kind of feels Kiss-ish at times.
Gotcha.
But Kiss doing that, like, Up All Night, is that the name of that song? It was, I think, on the Lick It Up album.
All night?
Yeah, I think so.
It's
And they're in the leotards, like
Yeah.
the really bright neon colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me think very Dr. Roxo-ish.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, you know. I like the Lick It Up video though, and song.
It's like he keeps saying Carol King.
Well, why not? She rules, dude.
See, sound like Carol King.
I like it that way. That's what I hear.
This is track 7, Carol King. Actually, I don't even know what track it is. It'll be track 6, Cherokee.
Oh,
It's about
wow.
a Jeep automobile. What is with these guys singing about automobiles? Write original songs, boys.
Yeah, bro.
Next track is Time Has Come, and then Heart of Stone, On the Loose, and Love Chaser. Ooh. There's a song with the word love in it, so that tells me they were out to beat up your girlfriend, if you know what I'm saying.
But they're gonna sneak up in them undies.
Right. But they're gonna rock just enough that you like them too.
You know, maybe they'll share.
They might share. They might.
Oh yeah, CHER, of course.
I mean, I'm sure they believe in life after love.
I feel something inside to say.
I just don't feel it today.
I just don't think they're strong enough.
Maybe you should work out those feelings. Pump a little iron.
So we've agreed that when Cher comes to town,
I saw a picture of her the other day, and she's still performing. She's like 80, and she's
Yeah.
still dressing like a whore. Like, come and get it, boys.
she's awesome.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, how she has great legs still.
I guess she's got good gams for an 80-year-old.
I would party with her so hard.
I would party with Cher.
I would party with Cher so hard, dude. But I would definitely like to have some sort of like after party time with Cher, like to just where you just like
play chess and talk about Red Book.
You got it. Like, how great would that be?
You know, I bet Cher could grill a nice sandwich.
Or she's got people doing
Probably.
the best sandwiches ever. I mean, what she got?
That's fine. She doesn't have to prove anything to me.
How many celebrities do their own cooking and stuff just because they're like...
You know, I read before that John Lennon would go out to a fancy restaurant like every night for dinner, and he was like eating what they call a macrobiotic diet, which is just like steamed vegetables and rice. And he'd pay like $100 a plate for rabbit food and rice. I mean, seriously.
Because they could.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like me going to, you know, White Castle.
And them charging you like $150 for your meal just because you...
No, it'd probably be likened to me spending $8 at White Castle, but still, that's outrageous.
$8 is crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
I want to go to White Castle because I genuinely like their food.
I love White Castle.
But I'm like, man, that's like real place.
I will keep my eye on the mail, and I will go when I have a coupon.
They have good coupons. I will give them that.
A good one, I went to this new Zaxby's.
Tell me about Zaxby's.
Well, I pulled in, and I was like, let me get a platter, because they do platters, and you get 2 sides and a drink. And Chick was like, all right, what do you want to drink? And I told her. And she's like, all right, that'll be like $10.85. And I was like, for one meal? That's insane. So I drove off and went to Popeyes.
Oh.
I have not tried Zaxby's yet because it was like almost $11 just for me to have a meal. Nah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Speaking of, we went to Orange Leaf. A new Orange Leaf popped up. You been to Orange Leaf?
I love Orange Leaf.
And it's like
but I go there like once a year because it's so expensive.
Dude, right?
It's the Arby's of frozen yogurt.
Oh my god. They have the little cups, like 2 ounce, a 4 ounce, and 5 ounce. And the littlest one is $5.
Yeah, and that's if you don't put toppings on it.
Yeah. But they were doing a buy one, get one free, and I paid for it. We all got one.
Yeah, blow
and I paid like $11 for just 2 ice creams, technically, because one was free. And I'm sitting there like, it's like doing calculus in my head, like, how in the hell is that $10? And sure enough, that's why. So I'm not going back. Orange Leaf, lower your prices, or I'm not going to step back in there.
But he'll be back when he gets a coupon, of course.
When I get a coupon, if I get something free, of course.
Yeah, but that's okay. I went there for a birthday party once. There's like somebody's like, they turned 14 or something. I was there with my kids. That's the only
I was going to
reason.
say, that seems rather recent.
Yeah. So they had all you could eat at the yogurt place, which was interesting because, you know, like, I was going all out, but it's like, I can't eat that much yogurt.
Which made me wonder, though, because it's a flat rate for each cup. What if you did just fill that damn thing up like with like a foot high of ice cream? It's a flat rate. They can't charge you anymore.
Oh, there is. It's not by weight?
No, it's just a flat rate by the cup.
Oh, well, that's different. I thought it was a weight.
Some places are like that.
Yeah.
There's another place, another national chain that does the weight thing.
Oh, man. Remember TCBY?
Vaguely.
That was like back in the day, the 90s.
Is that where they had Dippin' Dots?
Kind of like those same scenario.
Was it in a mall?
It was a mall, or strip mall thing.
I don't think I ever went to a mall till I was like 13.
It was like the first stand to try the frozen yogurt chain thing. Right?
Okay.
The country's best yogurt.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, TCBY.
TCBY, TCB?
Yeah, that's why I said the TCBY is, that was Elvis's favorite.
Huh.
That was the Bachman Turner Overdrive favorite. There we go. Get some BTO, TCYB.
Get some BTO to cure your BO and some
TCB, brother.
TCB. I was gonna look up what CVS meant.
Oh, I found CVS, and it stands for something really lame. It stands for, you're gonna love this. I just had it on here. Consumer Value Store.
That's terrible.
That's as bad. No wonder they went CVS.
Right?
Because that actually pulls you in because it seems like service. I always felt that too. Felt like a weird way of saying service. CVS. Or I thought maybe it was like 3 conglomerate names, like Chris, Vince, Steve. We are CVS. But it's custom. What did I say again? Consumer Value Store. I'll be darned.
Well, some stores have a very interesting opening, like Aldi. We all know Aldi.
That goes back to
Germany.
Yeah, to the Germany
to
thing.
the World War II.
And the 2 distributors thing.
They were brothers who inherited the company from their father. It was like Aldi Sprechen or something like that.
Of course.
So they called the store Aldi, and the 2 brothers ended up taking control of it. And the one brother wanted to sell cigarettes, and the other one didn't. So they split into 2 different stores. And Aldi come overseas, you know, been here for years. Then the brother was over there in Germany all lonely, like, well, I want to go overseas too. Boom, they became Trader Joe's. So all the crap you get at Aldi is about the same you get at Trader Joe's in a different package.
That's awesome, dude. And now I'm gonna go to where I can buy cigarettes.
But you can't buy cigarettes at either right now.
Cigarettes are really weird.
Yeah.
It's like everybody was all about cigarettes,
Right?
now everybody's against them.
Right.
And I'm kind of like, you know, I'm open to the idea of them because I'm a former smoker,
Yeah.
so I get it. But I also get that they smell like crap
Yeah.
and they're like invasive.
Mm-hmm. I'm a current smoker and I agree with him because I hate the fact that I smoke. It's just...
But I don't like the idea of like forcing people to have to smoke like strictly in their homes or their vehicles to be able to do what they do, you know. But
I haven't smoked in my house in 10 years.
yeah, I wouldn't smoke
Best
in my
decision
house
I
either.
ever made.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So White Castle actually started in Wichita, Kansas.
Ooh, so they are very, very Midwestern.
It's generally credited as the country's first fast food chain. I'm not going to tell you what they're known for because you know or you don't. You either love White Castle or you like Crystals.
I've never had a Crystal.
Crystals is the down south equivalent of White Castle.
Do you think they did it on purpose?
Well, you know, everyone's got to rip off everybody. Okay, White Castle, what's the characteristics of White Castle? Steamed bun, onions, this and that. Okay, so White Castles you could say are soggy, yet delicious.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's very textured.
Crystals, the buns aren't steamed. They're not toasted. The meat's just thrown on a dry bun. And I think they put ketchup and mustard on theirs, and that's their staple.
Wow.
So if you're used to White Castle and you have a Crystal, the flavor is familiar. It tastes like something else you've had before, but you can't put your finger on it. But it's dry, and it tastes... It's definitely not a White Castle if you're a White Castle person.
See,
But if you ask people from the South, if you like, do you like White Castle or Crystal, they'll tell you Crystal because White Castle's awful. Which is a lie. Bold-faced lie.
It's so weird about the Wendy's thing, though, because a lot of people forget that Wendy's burgers are basically like giant
White Castle
White
burgers.
Castles. Yeah, they've got the same like holes in them, and they're squared off and they're steamed.
I can probably tell you exactly why they're square. I bet Dave Thomas, when he first started making them, he would just roll out with a rolling pin like 4 or 5 pounds of beef.
That
do a
is
big
brilliant. I almost
And
have
then
to-
just cut it with a pizza cutter.
That's brilliant. And then he puts the 4 holes in it for steaming.
Yeah.
Because they help steam the burgers and get them in a hurry.
Yeah.
And Wendy's is good, dude.
Wendy's is pretty good food. They're a little overrated and overpriced for what they are. Their
They're-
chili is a hot pile of garbage.
I've never been big on chili.
I don't like the
out.
chili.
I usually just make my own chili.
Yes,
when I
yes.
make chili. Yeah, but they've got a good thing going on. They've got good prices on their value menu. You know, you
I had the
chicken bacon-
Baconator once and thought I was gonna die.
Ah, man, this is so good.
This is for you, huh? We'll see if I go back to work.
Then they had a great one called Son of Baconator.
Son of Baconator.
Great sandwich name.
All I know is if you have a sandwich called a Baconator, I better order it for $9 and get a whole damn pound of bacon on that sandwich.
You basically got what you asked for, didn't you?
You get like 2 strips of bacon.
On the Baconator?
A couple times. I'm not
Okay.
saying I eat this thing regularly.
I did when it initially came out, but I was a different person back then.
Yes.
And that was over a decade
Things
ago.
change, people change, hamburgers
Oh, man.
change.
I was eating triple. I had attempted a triple Whopper at that point.
Jesus.
Why did they even release that?
One time I was at McDonald's and I got a double cheeseburger, right? And I pull it out of the bag I'm driving. I'm like, this thing feels heavy. Open it up, they threw on an extra patty. It got in a hurry.
You got a triple.
Triple for the price of a double.
McDoubles, which are the former double cheeseburger.
They only have one slice of cheese.
Yeah, exactly. When they did that, those bastards, whatever. But the reality is you eat 2 of them very easily,
Mhm.
and they're so good.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could eat a 3rd one. And then you look at the daily value content.
Yes.
I'm a label junkie.
Oh, me too.
And it's like, I literally could survive off of just eating 2 of these double cheeseburgers and nothing else.
Yeah.
It's all my fat and everything.
Everything you need.
And it's just like, oh. But I could totally eat a third.
Yeah, you
double
could.
cheeseburger,
You
no
could.
problem.
Back during my fat days, I've eaten a third before.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
But then it's like, what's the equivalent? The equivalency of that and White Castles. Because you don't think about White Castles as much because they're smaller.
True.
So you're like, I just ate 12 White Castles. And you're like, wait, all that bread, all that cheese, everything else included, you've probably just eaten 3 double cheeseburgers, no problem.
Let's look it up. Let's go to the map.
Oh, let's get the equivalency of that.
All right. White Castle slider. Calories, 140.
140? That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's really not bad at all, yeah.
Total fat, 6 grams.
Not good on the fat grams without the percentage.
Saturated fats, 3 grams. What else? You got 4 more rows, but you're hiding them here. Let's find you. Just give me all the information on that sheet. That's all I need. Okay, let's see. Cholesterol, 10 milligrams. Sodium, 360 milligrams. That's a lot for a little slider. Total carbs, 13 grams. Protein, 7 grams. Commendable.
That's for one of those.
So you could technically eat 2 of those, and you should be good until you get home.
See, that's fine. That's pretty good.
But
yeah.
you never eat 2. You only eat half a dozen.
You've already had 4 in your belly.
They're small.
Yeah, they're easy. But that bread, the bread used to be the church's chicken roll that you would get was basically the White Castle bun.
Huh.
Now they're like these really fancy like honey biscuits and stuff. Church's chicken has really upped its game.
Oh, Church's is good food. It's just people give it a bad rap because where's it at?
The best places.
The best of the worst places.
Right, exactly. It's like people congregate to Church's chicken. Then $1.99 you could get a leg, a thigh.
Yeah, and a biscuit.
And a biscuit.
Yeah.
And let's just say that I was the only guy with lighter skin in the area. But they were very with open arms because I'm like, let me get 2 of those specials, and they're like, spicy or regular. I'm like, 1 of each.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm in.
That's
they're
dinner.
like, welcome. You're part of our group now.
Right.
I'm like,
yeah, I've gone out of my way. I used to have Church's in my old neighborhood. And we would go there on occasion and get a meal. And
it's good.
They have the weird stuff like fried okra and fried
fried okra and fried liver.
All sorts of stuff.
It's really good. Have you been to Jordan's?
No.
Oh, you should go to Jordan's.
There's one. There used to be a Jordan's out towards Irvington, but someone bought it out, and now they were too lazy to change the whole name, so they just changed like 2 letters in the neon light. So now it's Goldon's.
Oh no.
Goldon's Fish and Chicken.
I was gonna say they should have gone with Pippin's.
I think there's a Jordan's down here, right down the road.
Yeah, there's one right down the street on Madison.
Next to the, well, I'm thinking Thompson at 31.
That's the one I've been to.
Not to give up location of Studio B, but
just outside, just 465 exit.
Yeah, right next to that.
That's the one I've been to, and then there's one just south, a couple blocks, closer to Southport.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll check it out because they're right down the road. I've tried the Thai place.
Everything's fresh. Takes 10 to 20 minutes wait. So you're better to call your order in, kind of thing. No, it's real deal, like top-notch fried chicken. And
it's hard to say you have top-notch fried chicken.
Because the Colonel's original recipe to me is still perfection.
Colonel's is delicious, but that's way overpriced.
It's the chicken that's the problem, because I don't know what they're getting.
Yeah, and it's always small.
It's small, yeah.
It's like pygmies. Pygmy
buffet
chicken.
Is where it's at. You get the Colonel's buffet.
The only one of those near here is down in Edinburgh.
That's sad you gotta go so far, but I'm willing to go travel in.
Yeah, I think it's attached. I think it's down in Edinburgh. The one that's the KFC A&W.
A&W, yeah, I've been to that one. I went to a antique mall down there years ago.
The antique mall.
Yep, because that's what they're doing in Edinburgh is just selling. They're hawking wares.
Hawking garbage and making eat chicken.
And they got their the outlet mall down there?
Yeah, they got you want to buy some shoes for the same price you would in a regular store? Go to the outlet mall.
Like, I just saved $20. They're like, no, they just told you what you should have paid.
Yeah.
And you paid regular pay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I went down there specifically to buy some shoes, figuring I'd get a good deal. I walked into 5 different stores and I laughed and left. Came back home and said, I'll get another year out of these.
Laughed and left.
Laughed and left. It's like my last love.
My last love left and left.
So is that the end of the record?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a smooth closer. I can definitely see why Final Countdown was the single.
Yeah, I mean...
It was a standout hit.
That was probably the most standout song. I mean...
Would I play this on random without telling anybody what I'm playing? Sure, it's great background music.
It is. Would I sit down with my guitar and put this album on and try to figure out some of these riffs? No.
No.
I mean, would I lay in bed at night watching YouTube videos of the Final Countdown live? No. If I wanted a fix, I'd probably just watch the Geico commercial.
Would I fix my hair to look like any of the individuals?
Dude, you need a lot of hair to do that.
I totally would, but yeah, I don't have that kind of hair.
No,
I have the.
Not now.
I have good Danish hair.
You keep your hair too dapper and short.
Yeah,
can't
but
do shit
if I was
with
to
it.
grow it out, it could be. You know, I have that Danish flair.
You could. No,
But
you got cheese in the middle.
Yeah, I got cheese in the middle. You know, I'm a little fruit cheese.
You're a
Danish.
little fruit. Your little fruit.
Just a little. Just you know, I like to have fun.
Little fruity ass there. A little splash of fruit.
Oh, we don't get. We're not getting political or religious
Political
tonight.
about what? I was quoting a movie.
What movie?
The Jerky Boys.
I've never seen it.
You never seen the Jerky Boys?
No.
Oh, it's a good one.
What now?
It's like the original Crank Yankers.
Really?
Kind of. I mean,
It's a film.
the Jerky Boys would make prank calls to people in like the early '90s. That was their whole spiel, their whole gimmick, and they ended up getting a movie out of it, I guess. And Ozzy's in it.
What?
Yeah, and the fucking monkeys.
Oh no, man. And you got.
Or am I
Ozzy
thinking
on-
of Wayne's World?
Oh, I'm sure he. I don't know.
No, I'm thinking of Jerky Boys.
I've never seen Jerky
They
Boys.
keep calling this one guy Fruity Ass. Hey, Fruity Ass. It's like, what's a Fruity Ass? And that's one of the big jokes in that one.
That's so funny, dude. He always got good suggestions on films. It went over my head somehow.
I have no idea how this has happened because you're the big film buff. I'm just, I've seen movies.
I've seen movies. That would be a great epitaph.
Yes, Harley Page. I've seen movies.
Do you ever think about your epitaph?
No.
Never. Because I feel like I want to. I'm a bit egotistical, so I want to be somehow involved in the plan.
I'm not going to have an epitaph.
Oh, it's just gonna have your name.
No.
Some numbers.
I'll probably be cremated. I don't need no headstone.
Oh, okay. I get you. I get you there. Well, that's a whole different thing.
What comes from the earth shall be returned to the earth.
By being burnt and sacrificed.
Hey, what is the body? What is the body but a vessel?
I wish that I could just be eaten.
Why put something that's going to rot in a big fancy
I
box?
feel like I've taken care of my body all these years, but I've equally abused it.
You could go for a burial at sea that's eaten by sharks and turtles.
I'd want to be like turned into like compost.
Just throw me in the bear pit at the zoo. One good Saturday afternoon to sneak me in there, throw it in, cause pandemonium on the news. And, yeah, that'd be good fun, wholesome fun for the whole family.
I wish I could have been destroyed by Harambe, but he was innocent anyways. So
He was.
that poor
Hurricane.
Hurricane Harambe.
They should have named the last one after him.
Yeah, because they go alphabetically.
Yeah.
Where are they at currently?
I have
really
no
don't
idea.
know.
I don't live in the coast, so I don't worry about it. As far as I knew, it was fire season.
Fire season.
Fire season.
Out there in the forests.
The forest, yeah. Everywhere that's not here is burning.
Everywhere's burning. Yeah, people are like telling me how terrible it is, and you're like, I guess.
I gotta go.
The conspiracy theorists are like, it's all fake.
Right.
The doctored videos.
All those burning trees are paid actors.
Where's those conspiracies?
Right. We should
Man.
start them on our channel.
The Jerky Boys were sometimes referenced on Arrested Development as one of the only albums the character George Michael owns.
Really interesting.
That is cool. It's the only album he owns is the Jerky Boys.
That'd be like as bad as only owning Rappin' Rodney.
In Cannibal the Musical, have you seen Cannibal the Musical?
The musical, no.
I have not. It's the South Park guys were part of Trauma for a small stint. Trauma is like B independent stuff, but it's like gore porn.
Okay.
Ish, but not.
I've heard the phrase trauma before.
Trauma. Toxic Avenger is their big.
Okay.
Marketing.
Yeah, I used to love Toxic Avenger.
In Cannibal the Musical, near the end of the movie, after the Indian chief cuts the rope holding Parker, Frenchie cries out, "Hey, you can't do that, Jerky!" in reference to the Jerky Boys, because Trey Parker and the others loved the Jerky Boys before they saw their movie.
Huh.
Alright. That's pretty interesting, though.
That's kind of
The
interesting.
Jerky Boys. I'm going to have to look up this film.
It's not bad. I used to have it on VHS.
It's something I never even heard of.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
All right. So we are getting near the end of this episode, and
Near the end of the episode.
we've rated the beer.
We've rated the beer. The album.
What are you gonna rate it?
Like I said, I'd say it's kind of like it's kind of like a harder Bon Jovi, but they're still just trying to bang your girlfriend.
Do you think the
And they want you to
Smithsonian has a
watch.
copy of this to put underground if there's a nuclear?
You know, the Library of Congress keeps track of all this stuff, and they probably do have a copy. And it's probably in a box full of other crap.
I wonder why it's even worthy of a copy of that, though. I wouldn't send that underground.
It just sucks, to be known for like a song. Everyone knows this song, The Final Countdown. It's like, name another song by them, and they're like, the first countdown, the second countdown. Is there a whole series of countdowns?
The lead up to that,
Yeah. I mean, that's the only song you know for. The whole rest of the album's forgettable, except Carrie. It was on a couple compilations, I remember.
Now we got that, so,
Pure
what
rock. Carrie, call now. You know what I'm saying?
Now. Oh, man.
You gotta send that check to New Jersey to get that CD.
I love
No
those,
COD
I love the
either.
compilations, man. They're the best. Can you take me out?
I've actually been singing a parody of that past 2 days. I was gonna snap you this morning, but I didn't know if you'd get it. It was, can you make me pie and stuff?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I've been singing that for 2 days, and it's the only thing I've got so far. There was something about eggs, but it didn't fit right. I'm no Weird Al.
It became yesterday.
It did become yesterday.
You wrote your yesterday this month.
Yeah.
A few things I want to mention real quickly while we still got this going is Asia, the band Asia.
Asia?
What was their big hit? And did they ever team up and do a Eurasia?
I doubt it. Asia, that's gonna bug me now, because I know their hit.
Yeah, they were another one of those big bands.
They were one of those big bands.
Did they do the Heat of the Moment? Was that them?
It was the heat of the moment. First of all, if you want to look up Asia, type in Asia, the band, or else you're going to get all this crap about some country next to water.
Country? This is the biggest continent in the world.
Dude, I'm on beers number 2s, and I had 3 beers before you showed up.
I think about that with Africa. I think of Africa as like a collective country.
Yeah, it was heat of the moment.
Nice! Oh, right.
Heat of the moment.
I would like to have seen that as a lineup somehow.
Let's see here. Singles from Asia, the first album by Asia in 1982. Heat of the Moment, Only Time Will Tell, and Soul Survivor.
The Soul Survivor!
That's funny because when I read that, I was thinking of Destiny's Child. The
I'm
song
a Soul
Survivor.
Survivor.
I'm not gonna give up.
Everybody else is dead. I'm the only one left, yeah.
Why am I singing if there's no one here to hear me sing this song? Because I'm a survivor.
Oh boy, I like Destiny's Child, but I don't quite understand Beyonce. She went off the rails, and I don't really know.
She went off the rails on a Jay-Z train.
Oh.
Oh.
You heard it here first, folks. And while we got this going, let me tell you, I know this guy. He did this thing called the Centurion. It's 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes.
Yeah.
100 2-ounce shots of beer. That's 200 ounces, roughly 17 beers. I got to witness this, and I want to tell you that it's a very bad idea. But if you're going to do it, make sure you have a nice place to sleep and about 16 hours to kill, because you will fall asleep and you will be very drunk very quickly.
Yeah, and if you tell any of your friends, they will be at their homes wondering if your friend died.
And with no blood on my hands, and this man has survived, that ends this episode.
And, oh, the album. What'd you give it? 1 out of 5 brews.
I'm going to give it 2.5.
I'm going to give it a solid 2.5.
Yeah.
So they get, what is that, a D?
Yeah, and not the D by any
Right.
means. I wouldn't even give this album my D.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't let it look at my D.
Great single, great musicianship.
Great. There's 2 singles, but one was a power ballad. So
And
that's it. Power ballads.
Power ballads, yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Anyways, that's going to bring us to the ending of this episode, I believe, because, yeah, that's all we're going to give you.
Well, thanks again for tuning in to Dudes
Tunes
and Brews.
and brews.
Dudes.
Tunes
And Brews.
and brews.
We're dudes.
With dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drink some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're toads.
We're dudes.
Listening to tones.
Listening to tunes.
And drinking some brews.
And drinking some brews.